Alright, well, let's see how this works. I just realized my split screen has not been capturing the way I thought it should have been and would have been, but first off, to the new subs and the people viewing and commenting on older videos pertaining to help with Robinhood and their fuckery and fixing your account if you're flagged as a pattern day trader, you're very welcome. It would have been pointless for me to go through that twice and not document the second time and put it out there in the on the interwebs to help people out who get stuck in that situation. So you're welcome. One of my astute, observant subscribers emailed me last week asking about LGVN because they spotted it when I was scrolling through some of my underlyings that I've been keeping an eye on in one of my other videos. And first off, I've been over it many times. If it doesn't have an options chain, I won't trade in it because it's not conducive to having a small portfolio to risk that at all. It's just not a good strategy to just put money into a stock that doesn't have options. There's no way to cover your ass on the downside. If I get in at $8 and it goes up to 12, I want to be able to buy a put at $12, so that way if it tanks a little bit or goes down below what the fuck I paid for it in the after hours or whatever, when that bell opens, I have a contract that says, hey, yeah, the market says it's worth 6, but guess what, bitch? I get to sell them to you for 12, motherfucker. Or just sell the contract outright, whichever is more profitable. If there's no way to insure my bet, I do not fucking make it. That's a quick way to lose money, especially with the way, it being Q4 for one, but the way the market's been running and working lately, where a lot of shit happens right when the bell dings and shit blows up, and you really don't even get to participate in this type of movement. But Q4, like I said, you will see shit just blow up out of nowhere during the day, and if you got eyes on it, you're ready for it, you can make some money. But I didn't have any day trades or anything anyway, so it really wouldn't have mattered. But I don't play these. If you don't have an options chain, I'm not in. It's not for me. And the only reason I pay attention to it is because I pay attention to everything. I watch the whole market. All this shit that you hear about on other people's channels, my eyes have already been on them. I've already been watching that shit. But, like I said, I actually made a video and I said this would probably go up to $45, $50 because I was before the market closed. I was like, I'm just going to buy one share because all my money was locked up in positions. I was like, I got enough to buy one share. I'm going to buy it because it's probably going to go to 45, 50. And then I was like, no, I'm not, because there's no way to leverage it even if it goes up and then decides to go down. That's just dumb. I'm not doing that. But yeah, that's why I don't play with stocks without options. And another reason why I didn't buy into this is I don't need to. For one, say I bought 10 shares at $10 today, spent $100, which would have been more than 10% of my portfolio this morning. Even if I had a day trade and I got out when it was at like 150%, I would have made $150. So I'd have $250 now. But I instead bought a put in AMD when it was at its peak this morning. And I bought a call also just to hedge, just in case, because I have a strategy. It's stupid not to do that. And I paid a little over $200 for that position there this morning for the put, and the put is now worth like $558, so like 200% gain on that, which is much more than the $150 that I would have gained if I even entertained a position in something like LGVN, which, again, nobody could have predicted this was coming, especially with the way the day was running. But still, there's more money to be made elsewhere. Options allow you to regularly, make 15, 20, 40, 50, sometimes 100% or more days Um, that's the way that it is. Yeah, see, that's all I had left for buying power. I was going to buy one share at 28 just in case. I said, nah, fuck it. But yeah, started my day off a little under 800. So if I would have bought LGVN, it would have been more than 10% of my portfolio, and I would have made $150 if I had a day trade. But instead, I bought a very, very, very profitable put, which is now actually even more profitable with the after hours move. Yeah, so if it stays like this and starts tanking in the morning, I bought another call too. Bought another call down here just to re-hedge because it's only going to go down so much usually. But that one put is so deep in the money right now that tiny movements down are going to outpace the value lost in both calls that I have. The one I got when I bought the put to hedge and the one I got here just to re-hedge. And in a perfect storm, this will drop more, drop into the open, and I'll be able to get out of that put with just ridiculous value and then buy another call for a total of 3 calls, and it'll ride back up throughout the day to make up for the fairly negative day it had today, and I'll gain a nice significant chunk back on the first one that I bought, which they don't even expire for weeks, so it doesn't matter. I can leave them alone, which is what sucks. Like every week I have to reevaluate, I have to restructure my shit. Even now, if I could have just kept positions that I've bought, like I have for weeks now just bought calls that if I would have been able to hold them, they would already be deep in the money with where they've ran to. But whatever, it's alright. The goal is to consistently just make money for me and make a certain amount every week so I can continue to live my life. So that's the goal. But either way, having a sound strategy is key. It's vital. It's, how you easily have 30-40% days. And I mean, this is a regular thing that you can do. And I didn't have any day trades today. I had no day trades. It's just my strategy working to perfection. Exactly how I drew it up. Exactly how I practiced it. Obviously, every day will not be perfect, but if you stick with your strategy, you can, like last week I talked about, I was trying to show you guys, I thought it was my split screen was showing you guys my portfolio, but it wasn't. I was showing you the positions that I took and how I was able to break even for the day. Like I gained $100 in the morning, and all of my other positions were just tanking because the market was going down, so I had to sell that day trade and then take another position that gained 100 and then sell that one too to take the profit, just to literally lose it all again because the market as a whole was dying. But it allowed me to break even by using that strategy as opposed to losing $200 that day. So this is why I started in Q3, just trying to explain using, a underlying that moved a buck or two a day sometimes, or every week or so, to where you could buy some month-long out or more options, calls and puts at the right entry points and let them do their thing for a week, maybe into the following week, and then get out at maximum profit for that position, then take another position out. So if you had a put you got up towards the top and a call you bought towards the bottom, and the call is running up and the put's losing value, and you get up here, you sell that call, and then you buy another put to coexist with this put, so that way when it starts going back down, which it usually does, you start gaining back value here, but you're making more value here, which cancels out what you lost here. And then when it starts tipping somewhere else, you buy a call, and it's just a cycle. It's exactly how these fucking algorithms trade. It's exactly how they trade. They're just a lot more precise. But that's why I harp on percentages. Percentages are everything. This right here, this number here is what makes you or breaks you. This is what will let you know if what you're doing is right. If you're, if this is for you, if you're on the right track. This number right here, not this number. This number is irrelevant. this is what people care about. This is what people want to see. Because you can do the math on any whole number and go, okay, well, that's 50%. So if you know, that's what they do with. That's how people get hired at brokerages and firms and shit and everything. They have to submit, you know, most cases 6 months to a year of at least one of their portfolios, and their annual gains or, you know, their daily gains and all that shit. That's what they have to submit. And that way these people are able to look at the percentage and be like, all right, you know, if we give this motherfucker access to $1 million, you know, he can fucking make us about, you know, 2, 3, 4 million, whatever. That's what they look at, percentages. So yeah, so anyway, that's I hope you guys are using your strategies. Those of you that developed one in Q3 when I was harping on it and telling you guys basically how to play it. And I'm a firm believer too that you should have a favorite stock. Everyone should have a favorite stock, like a go-to one that you really practice with. It's your bottom bitch. It's you know, you can always count on it pretty much. If you ever get in a rut or you make bad plays one week or something somewhere else, you can always go back to this one, you know, in that same week or the next week and use your strategy, focus on that one, get back what you lost, hopefully. But yeah, that's why I do not trade shit like this. If I don't have an options chain, if I can't, you know, mitigate loss by buying some insurance against the position or whatever, I don't fuck with it. I can't afford to. But anyway, AMC not doing what I wanted it to do today, what I was hoping it would do today, but there is still, you know, some tiny hope, light at the end of the tunnel, a little bit, maybe. I mean, this thing is, GME, this is very similar to how they used to move before June. It is. It's very similar to how they used to move. You know, lately since June, they've kind of been tracking each other daily, pretty much doing a lot of the same things with a day or two here that was off. But back then, you know, GME would, if it had a good day and AMC had kind of a mediocre day, or maybe a small good day, or maybe even a little bit of a bad day, usually the next day it would have a pretty good day, especially if GME was having a good day. But sometimes GME would have back-to-back runs and AMC would have good days but end kind of shitty. But then the next 2 days it would usually have very good days, and GME would usually kind of start going flat, or flattening out a bit. But you know, that the light at the end of the tunnel is right here. Like, GME was following the same suit that AMC is right now, and it was looking like it was going to go red. It was looking like it was about to see a downturn, and now it's heading for that little bit of a triple peak. AMC kind of, you know, in the same boat. That's what you know, fingers crossed, that's what I'm hoping for, that it's doing the same thing. You know, it's got this, man, it was a solid candle today too. And that last 30 minutes of the day hurt it. But I'm hoping that that's what's going to happen here. You know, maybe tomorrow and the next day are going to be pretty good for this bad boy right there. I really, really want those of you that are highly, highly, highly invested in this thing to make money. I do. Like I said way back here, the reason I'm not in this the way that I was is because I can't afford it. I cannot afford to leave shit sit in something that doesn't do anything. You know, on the hopes and prayer of something that literally is just belief. That's all it is. It's literally belief. I mean, there's actual evidence that contradicts the belief that a lot of people believe, and they refuse to admit it. And whatever, that's fine. You know, hopefully you're right. Hopefully holding all your money in this shit all year or through the last few months or however long you've been in it is not going to be problematic. Hopefully it was a great decision. Hopefully by the time you hit the end of the year, this thing's made some sort of substantial move. And anything you lost, you get back. I hope all that happens. I really do, for everyone. That's why I'm still fucking tracking this thing and still paying attention to it and still trying to offer up some sort of advice or hope or whatever for it. Like I said, I can't even afford to play it. I don't. It's way too risky. The options in it are, you have to burn day trades pretty much, or you have to have a nice amount of money to be able to buy a call and a put at the end of the day and be able to get in and out real quick the next day. Like, it's a lot. It's too much, and every time I focus on this or I pay attention to this, I miss opportunities everywhere else. And it overall ends up costing me money. Even if I fucking make money, something happens with some dumbass, crazy option volatility that just, like I've shown you guys, like $1 up gains $20, and then all of a sudden $1 down, you lose $100. It doesn't make sense. I don't like it. I don't fucks with it. I'm not gonna fucks with it. But just trying to give you guys some hope. That maybe this is starting to do what it did back before June, maybe you're going to see a nice return of some of the short interest here in the next week or so, hopefully, but they are definitely not moving anywhere close to similar. But like I said, before June, this was kind of how they went. It was a lot of how they went. GME would be going crazy, AMZ would be kind of like flat, but then all of a sudden AMZ would have some life just pumped into it. So, again, hope you guys are kicking ass with your option strategies, and I don't know, I hope you guys, I really do, I hope you guys I hope this is a banger for you. I do, for the end of the year, I really do. I hope this thing fucking explodes for you guys. I really, really do. I really do. But yeah. So there you go. That's why one of the main reasons I don't trade stocks with no options chain. Because even if I did do that with the amount of money that I have, I would have made nowhere even close to what I was able to make today with a option strategy that I use. And again, this right here is also why I can't do that. I can't afford to do that. I can't dedicate. I would have to put all of this into fucking that one play. Like, that's what I would have to do, and that's not happening. That is not happening at all. So hope you guys have a good evening. I may do another video here later on. Not entirely sure yet, but I may. We'll see if something relevant comes up. But if not, I may throw one out in the morning. So stay tuned. I'm out.